Okay, class, so regarding your cleanup, okay, your file cleanup, inside the server, okay, there's this video assignment 1, file cleanup, there's this notepad, those are the steps. So if the video that you have earlier on is not very clear, now we are doing this recording again, hopefully it will be much better, and the sound is much better, okay. But these are the steps that you want to do. Delete all the unwanted stuff, all the layers, clean up if you have any parenting or grouping, take away all the groups, you don't want any groups, combine any objects that are part of the vehicle, example the door, you have the mirror, the glass, the handle, you put them together, combine as one. Check from the front view, okay, that the vertex are straightened and aligned to the center grid. Adjust or center your pivot point, freeze transformation, rename the object, and delete history. So these are the steps 1, 2, 3, something like this. You got to follow them until you delete history, and that's the end of your file cleanup. Okay, file cleanup, there are quite a few stages where you can actually apply. There's no right or wrong answer. You can do your file cleanup at any point of the time. Personally, for me, that I do it twice. Okay, right after I finish my modeling, my model could be halfway done, like maybe half of the object is only done. I can do the file cleanup there, or I can do it after our unwrapping. Okay, usually for me, I say again, after finish modeling, I clean up once, not a full cleanup, but half cleanup. Okay, the half cleanup you can actually see the video using this one, the first video. Okay, these are less detailed, but that is what I do after I finish modeling. Okay, then after I finish unwrapping, I'll do a full cleanup, naming convention, reset freeze the transformation, etc., etc. A lot more things to be done. Okay, but that will be a full cleanup. Now, why you need to clean up your file? If you don't clean up your file, you will have a lot of these unwanted objects inside. Some of them are not inside the scene at all. Okay, some of these objects, for example, P cube number 10. If I press W, okay, so it's right in front here, this small little piece. But if I find some other objects, some of them are not in the scene at all. Like P cylinder. The gizmo is there, but the object is not there. So this will actually cause your file size to be bigger. And at the same time, sometimes you take 5 minutes or 10 minutes to open a file. Some of you are facing some issue that the file is very slow. So these are all causing that problem. Okay, so we need to actually do a cleanup. This file you see in front of you now is cleanup. This is what we are going to expect from you guys. The naming convention have to be very clear cut. This is a car. You can make it even more clear by calling this Honda or Hyundai. What is the model of it? Okay, so in this case, I'm just going to call it a car. You can see the naming convention, right wheel, left wheel, just by the initial. Okay, so name it in such a way that you can identify the object easily. Okay, so I will take this particular file. This is a separate model, an older file. It's not completed yet. There are still some errors. So this is a good example for us to do the file cleanup. Okay, so looking at the checklist, the first thing you want to do is to delete all the unwanted stuff. So over on my outliner, this is my outliner here. A bit painful because you got to select one object at a time, and then you identify which are the objects that is not there, and then you just press delete. Okay, if there's no object highlighted, like in this case this is highlighted, you leave it there, you don't touch, move on to the next one, delete, delete. Okay, what is this? Okay, there are things inside, leave it there, leave it there. So you just go through the list and start deleting those things that are empty. Okay, if you delete the wrong thing, just reopen the file or undo. Okay, the reason why there are so many of these weird poly surface or group or whatsoever is because of the way we are modeling. Okay, we are combining stuff and things like this, or using grouping and stuff. That's why we have so many of these issues. So once we figure out all the unwanted stuff, once we delete them, we will do another cleanup, combining the objects together, getting rid of all the groups. Okay, so all the unwanted stuff are being removed, but we still have all these poly surface and stuff. So this is the painful part. We will need to go into select Shift P. Shift P. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, another way before we can remove all these things is we go to delete all type, delete history. This will help clean up your outliner as well. Okay, so a lot of the things just now you see was there. Now once we do the delete history, most of the objects are not there already. Okay, but there are still things that are unwanted, like P cube 17. Delete it. Poly surface. Okay, so they are kind of like one object now, but within this one object there are so many other objects inside. So what we do is we'll go into that group, press Shift P. Okay, you can look at the shortcut key at the top, the hotkey there. Shift P will actually unparent it from the group, remove it from that group itself. So just keep doing that until everything is individual, there's no grouping. Okay, I say again, the reason why there's so many of these poly surface is because we keep using the combine tool. Combine within combine, that's why so many problems. Shift P. Okay, double check. Okay, do one more time, delete history. Okay, then next thing we want to do, let's check the checklist. Delete layers. So over here on my right side, I only have one layer, which is the image plane. Okay, so I don't have anything inside already. I think I have already deleted them. So all I need to do is to right click on the layer here, delete layer. Okay, if you have any objects that is inside, you can actually select the selected object, okay, and delete them as well. All I need is your model. I don't need any layer here on the right side. Okay, I don't want all the layers, so please go and delete the layer. Display, show all, make sure there's nothing, there's only my 3D model. Okay, so I say again, let me repeat. Layers, make sure there's nothing at all. I only want your 3D model. So if you have any objects that's inside, you can actually right click on the layer, remove it from the layer, and then delete the layer. Okay. Why is it we don't want the layer? Is because if you pass this down to the next department, they themselves will create the layer for the animator. Okay, so don't create the layers for them. It will actually cause their pipeline to be extra work to do. Okay, so please go and delete your layers. Clean up the parenting. Parenting meaning to say, if one object were to move, let's take this window cleaner for example. Right now this is one object. If I were to rotate, nothing is moving. Okay, so I can actually choose this swiper, okay, to be parent to the pivot point here, and I press P, it will parent it. You realize that the outliner will change. Okay, if I were to rotate now, the whole thing will move together. So this is called parenting. Okay, so you can decide to parent or not to parent. Okay, so in this case, I'm just going to parent it just as an example how to use parenting. Okay, so I select all the root, okay, all the n object, then the main object here, the last one. Then I press P, so all the objects here will link to the last object. Then when I rotate the last object, everything will move. Same thing here. This particular swiper here, I hold on to shift, click on the second object, press P. So the second object will control the first object. Select the second object. Third one, press P. This one will affect the other one. Okay, next let's take a look at the checklist again. We have done delete all the unwanted stuff. We have delete the layers. We have clean up a bit of the parenting. I still have one object here to parent. Okay, so now all the swiper are parented already. Combine the objects according to the vehicle part. So here, the door, I'm going to use the door as an example. This main door is combined together with all the headlights, backlights, etc. I will need to detach them. So go into them, select individually, double click, double click, double click. Okay, if you select anything extra, just undo the selection. Zoom in closer. Okay, move it out to check if I have missed anything. Okay, move it out to check again. So I'm missing the mirror and this portion here. Undo. Okay, move it out. Okay, so I don't think I'm missing anything for the door. Undo. Okay, then we will separate out this model here. So shift right click, extract face. Okay, deselect the original model. I might have detached something extra, so I'm going to undo. Okay, select again, double check one more time. Okay, repeat the process, extract face, deselect, move it out to double check. Okay, everything is good. Okay, and then combine. Okay, the reason why I combine is because now they are all individual objects. When I extract them, they are all individual. So I actually need to do a combine. When I combine this object, now that they are one piece, okay, instead of having 10 or 5 objects, they are now one poly surface. So I'm going to repeat the process for some of the other objects. For example, like maybe this door, I don't want it to be open. Now I want it to be combined with the main body. So anything that is related to the main body, I will actually select it and combine them together. Okay, so for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to do a very quick selection. Okay, let's just say that everything is a main object. Okay, I'm just going to combine it. Okay, now you can see all the unwanted stuff all coming back already. So later when we do this delete history, okay, they will be cleaned up. So spend a bit of time to go and combine the objects together. Okay, this will take you maybe half an hour to slowly go and figure out which parts are meant to be together, then you can start to combine them. Okay, the next one is that check from the front view that the objects in the middle are straightened. So we go to the front view, turn on the grid. Okay, what it means is that if you look at the center line, this dark line here, that's the center line. We want to make sure that all our vertices are aligned at the center. So all we need to do is go into vertex mode for the object. Okay, in this case, these are all straightened. This is quite easy to see. You just need to zoom in. It's supposed to be one straight line. Then if you realize that, how come this line here is not a line, right? Just select that row of vertices or edges. Okay, make sure that they are straighten it using the scale tool. Then you use the move tool, hold on to X, and then you snap it to the grid. Usually this particular step, I do it before I unwrap. Okay, this is part of a modeling stage. So I say again, this step of straightening your vertices and aligning it to the grid, I do it before my unwrapping stage. Okay. After I finish my modeling, most of the time my model is half of my model, something like this. Okay, so when my model is half, I can see very clearly where is the place that have error. See, like this one, this is out of place already. So I go into my UV mode, vertex mode. Okay, go on to X, snap it. Okay, repeat again, just make sure that, just double check that the lines are all at the center. So there's one here. Go on to X, snap it. Okay, there's another object behind. This one here also have to do the same thing. Go on to X, snap it. Okay, then what we can do next is to mirror geometry over. Okay, so using the mirror geometry tool, click on it once, merge, go back to the front view and double check. Okay, everything should be at the center right now. Okay, if you do this after the unwrap, then you will face an issue where your unwrap, all your model will be lost, all your information will be lost. Okay, so that's why this particular step that I just shared, again for me, my preference is that I will do it before I unwrap. Okay, I will do it before my unwrap. If I do it after my unwrap, your unwrap will be affected. Okay, so continue from the next one. After we have aligned the vertices from the center, we want to adjust the pivot point. So I'm going to use the door as an example now. If the door needs to be open, my pivot point needs to be fixed correctly. Right now the pivot point is at the center, at the universe, right at the center here. So I need to adjust my pivot point. I go to modify, center pivot. Once the pivot point is at the object surface already, press insert. Okay, on your keyboard, press insert. The gizmo will change. Then you align it to where the pivot point of the door should be. Okay, press W or E to rotate. W is to move, E is to rotate. So once you press the tools, right, the gizmo tools, transpose tools, your insert will be locked down already. So now you can rotate based on the pivot point. Okay, the wheels can be combined together as one object. So select both wheels, the tire and the spokes, and then combine it. Center pivot. Okay, one good example of not being confused with what you have done is that every time I finish or fix one model, I will press Ctrl H, I will hide the model. Okay, same thing for the tire, I will hide the tire because it's done already. Okay, this is the internal part. It's a very low poly model. I will combine it with my mesh. Okay, then the headlight. Okay, this part can be combined with the main body. So later I will unhide the model and combine again. So this is the glass piece. I'll combine together. Okay, this part here I will need to detach the side door just like the opposite side. So I go into my face mode. Okay, move it up, double check. Okay, missing one button. Undo. Okay, done. Shift right click, extract. Object mode, deselect, combine. Okay, now I can start to maybe unhide everything. Okay, there's one object that is not duplicated over. So duplicate special doesn't work. Combine. Combine again. Okay. Go to edit, delete history. Okay, delete the unwanted stuff. Okay, so more or less all the objects are cleaned up already. Okay, so the next step, what we want to do is to freeze transformation and rename the objects. Okay, so in this case, my tire, I can actually choose to duplicate it as well. Okay, before that, maybe behind the exhaust pipe, I only need one. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate my tire. My period point is at the center of the tire right now. I will need to actually bring this period point to the center of the grid. So hold on to X, snap it to the grid using your duplicate special with a negative of -1. Okay, at the correct axis, this is X axis. So once you duplicate, it will go over to the other side correctly. Ctrl D, duplicate the model, push it all the way to the back. Okay, and then individually go in to center your period point again. Okay, now let's do our naming convention. So this is your swiper. So car underscore swipe. Okay, underscore 01. Select the individual object. Open up. Copy. Paste. 2, 3. Go to the front view. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. next object. Okay, this one should be mirror geometry and combine with the main body. Okay, so this is the main body. Now I got all the extra stuff, same thing, edit, delete all type, history. Okay, so this is car underscore main body. Okay, this can be part of the main body as well. So I select the main body first. Oh wait lah. Main body, combine. Okay, delete history. Okay, these are the tire, car underscore left wheel underscore 01, copy, 02, this is right, the cube inside is the inner body, so I'll just call it car inner. Okay, this is the right door, so it's car underscore right door. L2 Okay, delete the duplicate. How come I got so many duplicate? Okay, all the duplicate one I will delete away. Didn't realize I duplicated extra model just now. Okay, so this is the naming convention all cleaned up already. So after naming your objects, next thing you want to do is to delete the history one last time. Edit, delete all type, history. Okay, then you can start to save your file as a separate Maya scene. Okay, and then we can continue with your unwrapping from here. So I say again, if you were to do your file cleanup during your unwrap, especially when you delete half of your model to align the vertices, right, your unwrap will be partially affected. You might need to redo certain parts that are being duplicated. Okay, so otherwise, next time in the future when you are doing your file cleanup, remember to do them in separate stages. Do it after the modeling, just before your unwrap, and after your unwrapping as well.